Oil just hit $119 a barrel because of the Iran war. And while the world is panicking at the petrol pump, China is quietly watching the smiling. Here is why is oil crisis in the best thing that ever happened to Chinese electric cars. Let me tell you about the one country that is actually winning from this Iran war economically, and it is not America, it is not Israel, it is China. Here is what is happening. The US and Israel war on Iran has disrupted critical fossil fuel supplies from the Middle East, pushing crude oil prices as high as $119 a barrel last week. That is a triggering fear of global inflation. Even Russian people across Asia are paying for more at the petrol pump. Some countries like the Thailand, the Philippines, and Vietnam have told their citizens to work from home and limit air coordinating just to cut energy use. But while everyone else is suffering, China's electric vehicle industry is sitting in a very comfortable position. Think about it this way: about 60% of Asia's crude supply comes from the Middle East through the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran has severely restricted flow of cargo every time petrol gets more expensive. The argument for switching to on electric car gets stronger. And who makes this cheapest, most widely available electric car in the world right now? China. Chinese EV brands already dominates most Asian market because of their price competitive advanced battery technology and comprehensive supply chain. As fuel prices surge, analysts say Chinese brands have the potential to make enormous loud in Asia to back the petrol cost. And here is the bigger strategic picture. EVs in electric China already account for about 50% of the new car sales. Analysts estimate that the spread of EV in China cut the country's oil consumption by nearly 10% last year alone. Energy think tank Ember calculated that the global EV use last year curbed worldwide crude consumption by 1.7 million barrels per day, roughly equivalent to 7% of Iran's total export in 2025. China built this position deliberately. Ever oil crisis in the Middle East has reinforced one lesson: Beijing depends on imported fossil fuel is not just bad for the environment. It is a national security vulnerability, and China has spent the last decade solving the problem while the rest of the world was still urging about whether EVs were ready. The Iran war is crisis for most of the world. For China EVs industry, it is an opportunity. This is Pakistan Connect reporting from Karachi. Faisal.